Good evening. Would you please stand for the pledge and remain standing for the singing of our national anthem and the Norview High School alma mater, sung by our senior members of the Norview High School Varsity Singers, led by Mrs. Teresa Jasper. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the school so fair, no greater wisdom anywhere. We hail the colors blue and white, send forth thy beams of glowing light. This prayer we ask, O bulwark bold, these memories that we may hold. Long stand the halls of Norview high against the blue of Norfolk skies. God grant in future years that we may stronger, richer, fuller be. More loyal as the years go by, we hail to thee, O Norview High.
You may be seated. Welcome, school board members, Dr. King, administrators, distinguished guests, faculty and staff, family and friends, and most importantly, the reason why we are here, the class of 2013. My name is Daquan Hill. And as the senior class president, it is my honor and privilege to introduce the principal of Norview High School, Dr. Marjorie Staley. Dr. Staley has led the faculty and staff and students to the top of our district by providing us with instruction, inspiration, and superb leadership. Would you please join me in welcoming our principal, Dr. Marjorie Staley.
Good afternoon and welcome to the graduation ceremony for the Norview High School's class of 2013. It is with great pleasure that I welcome our superintendent, board chairman, members of our school board, and central office personnel. Please stand when I call your name so our audience may know who you are. Superintendent, Dr. Samuel King, chairman of the board, Dr. Kirk Houston, and other board members who might be in attendance, Dr. Brad Robinson, Dr. Noel Gabriel, Reverend Edward Haywood, Mr. Rodney Jordan, Dr. Warren Stewart, and Dr. Stephen Tonelson. Please join me in a round of applause. Also with us this evening, our central office personnel, Dr. LaTanya Simmons, Deputy Superintendent of Operations and Governmental Affairs, Dr. Linda Savigny, Deputy Superintendent of Teaching and Learning, and Dr. Denise Charbonnet, Executive Director of Elementary and Secondary Schools. Please join me in honoring them. There are also so many people who have had an impact on your students' journey to graduation. That journey began in elementary school, continued to middle school, and then on to Norview High School. Joining us this evening are several principals from the Norview Pathway, Mrs. Cheryl Jordan from Sherwood Forest Elementary, and Mrs. Maritza Algiers from Tanners Creek, and Mr. Dennis Pfeiffer from Norview Middle. Welcome, distinguished guests, and thank you for joining us this evening. And finally, on behalf of the faculty and staff of Norview High School, it gives me great pride to congratulate you, our senior class of 2013. May you all have bright futures, be tremendously successful, and lead our next generation with courage and humility. And promise me that you will always remember that you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Congratulations and thank you.
Good evening, school board members, Dr. King, administrators, distinguished guests, faculty and staff, family and friends, and most of all, my fellow classmates of 2013. My name is Jakayla Jefferson, and it is my privilege to introduce the first of our student speakers, Ms. Shondell Scott. While a student here at Norview, Shondell has been a part of the Leadership for Science and Engineering. Shondell has a passion for track and field and has participated in track since she was a little girl. She continued this tradition throughout her high school career, running track all 4 years, where she maintained the title of MVP for all 4 years as well. Shondell has also remained undefeated in the district for long jump. Just 2 weeks ago, she placed 5th in the entire state. Shondell is a member of the National Honor Society, and she is a member of the Scholastic Achievement Team. While at Norview, Shondell gave over 250 hours of community service. In April, she found out that she was the recipient of the magnificent Gates Millennium Scholarship. Which will pay for 10 years of higher education. Yes. That is an opportunity that most of us can only dream of. Next year, Shondell will attend Brown University while she will study in a pre-med program with the focus on public health. Please join me in welcoming our salutatorian and my good friend, Ms. Shondell Scott.
Good afternoon, school board members, Dr. King, distinguished guests, faculty and staff, family and friends, and the reason we're here today, class of 2013. To begin, I would like to congratulate each and every one of you for making it through 1 decade and 2 years of schooling. For the students, you've taken countless tests and quizzes, been assigned numerous projects, and learned how to function in a classroom setting with some people who became your best friends and some who, let's just say, wouldn't make your gift list. For the parents, step-parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and other supporters, you've put up with us for 12 years. Congratulations. Yeah. You've been there to advise and guide us from the time we were snotty-nosed little kids, only worried about the next toy coming out, until we reached those oh-so-difficult teenage years, where there seemed to be something new about us every week. Throughout these years, we've made you laugh, cry, praise, and possibly put you on the brink of what you thought was your own personal recession. However, despite all of this, you now have the privilege of declaring that you have successfully raised a high school graduate. Class of 2013, 4 years ago, we walked through the doors of Norview High School with a blank slate set before us. There were unspoken questions. Who were we going to become? What was going to be the legacy we left behind at Norview? What career direction would we end up choosing? Slowly but surely, the answers to these questions would become clear, but not without experience. Every day at Norview was an experience. You always have that one person who seemed to have some wild story to tell during good times, or that person who, like clockwork, seemed to have the urgency to go to sleep during class. And even truly transformative experiences, such as Challenge Day, which have had some role in shaping who we are and what we want to become. We have decided to become musicians, fashion designers, cooks, teachers, doctors, Army personnel, and so much more. Some of us aren't completely sure what career direction we would like to go in, and that's completely fine, because I'm standing before you looking at a determined group of individuals. The fact that you've persevered through each curveball life has thrown you and remained focused on graduating is proof of your determination. Being ranked so high within my class, you have no idea how many times I've gotten, "Oh, so you're one of those smart kids who don't really have to study, huh?" No. I'm one of those smart kids who has had to work tirelessly to get to the position I'm in. I'm one of those kids who, like many of you, studied hours on end to achieve good grades. I'm that kid that had to force myself to get out of bed at 0:30 in the morning, like many ROTC cadets, the day after a track meet and get my happy self to class on time. I'm that kid that has been blessed beyond what I could ever imagine. Yeah, I'm that kid. I didn't say all of this to brag about my schedule or put myself on a pedestal. Instead, I'm aiming to do just the opposite of that. I just wanted to show you guys that the struggle was real, for both you and for me. But we made it. We have now earned the right to say that we are a member of the graduating class of 2013. When looking back on all that I've accomplished thus far and the trials that I've come through, I can honestly say all glory goes to Jehovah. While He is first and before all, when I express my gratitude, it is also necessary that we as a class, thank all others who have played a major role in our lives. Teachers, thank you for dedicating so much of your time to make learning material an enjoyable experience. Counselors, thank you for putting up with us every day and working so hard to get us through college and scholarship applications. And last, but certainly not least, parents and guardians who have been by our side from day one. To my parents, you guys have worked incredibly hard to provide me with necessities for school, track, and life in general. As I go off into the real world, the lessons you've taught and the morals you've instilled in me will not be forgotten. To my dad, who is not only my father, but also my coach, you've been tough. But I appreciate all the time you've invested in my athletic career and all the championships you've coached me through. To my mom, thanks for being the loving, caring, selfless person who keeps our family grounded. I couldn't have made it where I am without you guys. Class of 2013, we've accomplished a pretty large feat in graduating from high school. But I dare say this is only the beginning of college, careers, independence, the beginning of a new life. We are a powerful and intelligent group of young adults. I challenge you to not let your talents stop here. Go after your dreams and don't let anybody or anything deter you from them, because you deserve it. As the profound urban poet Jim Jones once said, "We fly high, no lie, you know it." When he wrote that song, he was talking about us. So go leave your mark on this world and show them what a 2013 graduate can do. Thank you.
Good evening, school board members, Dr. King, administrators, distinguished guests, faculty and staff, family and friends, and the reason we are all here this evening, the class of 2013! My name is Amber Valentine, and it is my honor to introduce our next student speaker in the class of 2013 Valedictorian, my close friend, Mr. Jacob Higgins. Jacob is a strong, focused member of the class of 2013. Jacob is a student in the Leadership Center for the Sciences and Engineering and is a member of the North Star program. His schedule is filled with AP courses, but he also enjoyed being a part of the Norview High School varsity chorus. During his 4 years at Norview, Jacob has been a dedicated student leader. He is an important member of the Norview Model Judiciary team, and he helped to raise funds for student activities using his boundless creativity. As a sophomore, Jacob was inducted into the Honor Society, and he served as a president for the NHS during his senior year. Over the past few years, Jacob has accumulated over 300 volunteer service hours as a camp counselor each summer and as tutoring fellow students in his spare time. Please join me in welcoming the man who's going to go to the University of Virginia in the fall, Mr. Jacob Higgins.
Welcome, school board members, Dr. King, administrators, distinguished guests, faculty and staff, family and friends, and most importantly, class of 2013. Today is unique. Today is the day that my peers and I fly the proverbial coop and leave behind our alma mater, Norview High School, forever. 4 years of roaming those hallways, now at an end. 4 years of clubs and sports and organizations, and now when we come back to visit, we will have to go to the main office and get a little blue sticker that says guest in big white letters. Despite some of us being reluctant to admit it, Norview treats its students well. Probably better than most other high schools, too. It does whatever feasible to make sure its students graduate. Teachers chasing down students in the hallway for missing assignments. Saturday buyback sessions for those with one too many absences. Academic advisors who help students with those daunting college decisions. 4 years of a tapestry of safety nets that is designed to give every student a chance at graduating. But as I said before, we are leaving all that behind now. Today, you are free from all those safety nets that held you so tightly. That freedom comes at a cost. For a lot of us, we did all those projects and assignments, not because we wanted to, but because we were expected to. Now you are free to do exactly as you please. While that freedom seems fresh and green from your seats, it could be its own burden. A lot of times when people are in the absence of expectation, they find themselves in the absence of motivation as well. Everything they do becomes the bare minimum, exactly what they have to do, and nothing more. Before you leave, I implore you to consider this. Do not become the bare minimum. Do not settle for a meager job for which you have no passion. Do not let some higher-ranking official define who you are and where you want to go. You can become so much more than that. Until now, you've had a myriad of people supporting and counseling your every step. What they have done is given you the skill set required to thrive as an individual. Today is your turn. You are in charge of your life. Never confuse what it means to settle with what it means to strive. Being a good person is through attitude, but being a great person is through passion. All you need is self-determination, self-motivation. Inside of you is a person yearning to become exactly what they want to be, nothing less. All they need is a little push, and that is up to you. Norview High School graduating class of 2013. Thank you.
Good evening. The class of 2013 have accomplished many feats. Among them is the amount of money that has been awarded to them. The Dotson Scholars have earned $1,016,916. The students in the Leadership Center for the Sciences and Engineering have earned $4,489,019. Shondell Scott, Norview's third Gates Millennium recipient, has earned funds to carry her through 10 years of college. The class of 2013, grand total in scholarship money awarded is $10,807,609. Congratulations, graduates.
At this time, I will begin awarding diplomas to our honor candidates and our class officers on stage. Ms. Hale, Ms. Bell, please assist me with the diplomas. Dr. King, if you will join me in front of the podium and congratulate each candidate. And I do want to remind you, audience, because we are recording, if the noise level should get too loud, I will step to the side of the podium and I will wait for the noise to calm. We want every student's name to be heard, and this is very important to us at Norview. Students on the stage, please rise and move toward the podium for the awarding of diplomas.
Jacob Daniel Higgins. Shondell Scott. Aisha Direk. Glizelle Daria Batulfo. Rachel Marie Duke. Aries Imani Donald. Timothy Michael Davis. Alex Brandon Burgess. Cody William Fowler. Alexis Francine Castile. Tia Renee Tyson. Holly Nicole Deans. Cabria Nicole Rice. Amber Lynn McCarthy. Sharita Tyann Arrington. Delk Stringfield Coolman. Nicole Louise Greer. Cody H. Marshall. Rose Michelle Morlino. Noah Taylor Young.
Daquan Dominique Hill. Amber Dominique Valentine. Dominique Janae Cross. Jonathan Ray Guthrie. Kiera Renee Brown. Monica Marie John. Ernesto Terry's Angeles. Millette Antonio Cook. Shakayla Danae Jefferson. Kiera Marie McKay. Jasmine Lachelle Mitchell. Justina Tierra Moffitt. Amiria Kenyatta Ship. Ania Marie Tenoso Tavilo. Maisha Yvonne Williams. Joshua William Campbell. Tatiana Trilani Berry.
Precious Catherine Joy Grant. Brianna Ashley Rose Neal.
Florde Villanueva Abadam. Michael Antonio Aquina. Ashley Brienne Alston. Kristen Lee Barco. Patrick Stewart Beagle. Kimberly Devana Bethay. Elizabeth Marie Blake. Kiara Nicole Blansett. Kiara Lushay Brown. Matthew Scott Colligan. Sierra Oasis Cannon. Scott Michael Klaus. Austin Michael Cook. Zachary James Cook. Brittany Cameron Cribb. Nadine Brielle Driver. Lavon Clevanda Edmonds. Khadija Mariam Fields. Jake Dylan Foltz. Shanna K. Manisha Goldburn. Shiana Lachey Gomes. Judy Patrice Grant Briscoe. Dominic Jermaine Gray. Nia Simone Green. Corey Devon Harding. Danielle Michelle Harris.
Courtney Louise Herrick. John Halstead Hoover. Justice Brianna Howard. Daniel Howe. Courtney Nicole Hutchins. Rachel Ann Hutchison. Minchi Castillo Eal. Michaela Arbriana Jenkins. Lehman Terrell Jernigan. Allison Janetta Faye Johnson. Raekwon Tyshawn Johnson. Tierra Renee Johnson. Antonisha Monet Kelly. Brandon Keith Lancaster. Simone Shais Leary. Ashley Marie Lilly. LaShonda Lilly. Cassandra Lynch. Kathleen Casapana Manuel. Avery Elizabeth Martin. Trinice Jasmine Matthews. Rayvon Dwight McDowell. William Wade McCone. Caitlin Marie McGee. Ashley Diane Mahalko. Laika Noel Montego.
Tyler Ann Morris. Shelby Ann Myers. Devontae LaQuincy Navarro. Ebony Michelle Newton. Sherlyn Garbo Obez. Marcus Avery Page. KP Datuan Paragas. Tashi Jamal Peters. Kalia Nikay Plez. Natiana Mashima Rodway. Melvin Ulysses Ramos. Daniel Jacob Red. Courtney May Redford. Sally Clara Redford. Daniel Scott Richardson. Shantae Deanna Riddick. Shanquay Sade Saunders. Saboria Akila Smith. Shaniqua Tyrell Spratley. Aaron David Stauffenberg. Travis Jamar Sumler. Azure Janice Stipe. Kamisha Monique Swims. Gabriel Dakota Taylor. Karima Dejanay Taylor. Catherine Elizabeth Thomas.
Kiana Catrice White. Guyon Harrison Wills. Angel LaDonna Wilson. Ashley Cassandra Wilson. Destiny Alantasia Winters. Thomas Paul Woodall. Ashley Storm Woodruff. Celion Andreas Beals. Ashley Nicole Aguilar. Sandra Alba. Giovanno Anderson. Jennifer Angel. Aaliyah Alexis Ash. Jasmine Deshay Ashlock. Traylon Askew. Bryce Anthony Atkins. Annalie Ayala. Brittany Dawn Babcock. Shaitiana Naishe Backus. Akeem Andre Baker.
Sarah Elizabeth Baker. Boris Dion Dupree. Ashley Nicole Barbarisi. Calvin Alexander Barksdale. James William Bateman. Tajane Alexia Baum. LaShanta Monet Baxter. Henry Maximiliano Bayless. Catherine Ann Benton. Stephen James Byrne. Samuel Patrick Biggs. Zachary Ty Blakely. Christopher Dean Boardwine. Shelby Alexandria Ballard. Savon Monque Bradford. Gabrielle Renee Brinkley. Xavier Shaquille Browder. Deshaun Lee Brown. David Alexander Brown. Darisha Brown. Cassie Ann Brown. Kiani Laquan Brown. Tiffany Jasmine Brown. Shakoria Latrice Bryant.
Demetric Royce Harrison. James David Brzezowski. Asia Tiana Bowie. Tania LaShawn Butler. Savannah Lynn Byrne. Detarius Roscoe Calloway. Jimmy Isaiah Candelaria. Idalise Carrasco. Catherine Lee Carter. Zachariah Xavier Carter. Denise Cherry. Chantal Denise Cherry. Zachary Simon Cook. John Cornelius. Tyquisha Keisha Craig. Candace Elizabeth Rose Crawford. DeJounte Danique Cross. Rakita Angela Cross. Shayla Renee Cuffey. Khadijah LaShawn Daniels. Michael Andre Daniels Haley. Dion Marcus Darby. Bria Michelle Davis. Cameron Nathaniel Day.
Tyvon LaShawn Pittman. Catherine Ruth D. Herrera. Brianna Nicole DeJarnay. Samuel Howard Dent. Let's go, Reverend. Justin Charles Dickey. Dominique Jamel Dow. Karina Ector. Elijah Saran Evans. Marlene Selena Exantus. Taylor Renee Faley. Caitlin Nicole Vanell. Joanna Lucille Fennell. Deontay Jamar Fields. Dustin Tyler Floyd. Michael Harry French. Antoine Lamont Fulford. Junisa Sally Galarza. Jeremiah Thomas Gardner. Michael Jamal Gatson. Kayvon Kyrie Garvin.
Shayla Monet Smith. Tamara Anika Gary. Shasla Gay. Stephen Romare Gibson. Victoria Marie Godby. Angelica Kaylee Getz. Michaela Christina Griffin. Myron Utrell Hall. Mark Alexander Haywood. Anissa Michelle Nicole Allen. Danley Botor Kaniqua. Taylor Lee Grundle. Hannah Faye Harger. Michelle Nakia Kelly. Shane Patrick Murdoch. Judith Kwamboka Onwongo. Alethea Vivian Ibias Perry. Garrett Christopher Roby. Chris Allen Thompson. Monty Waite.
Darian Marie Harlan. Brianna Kimberly Monet Harrell. Dwayne Darnell Harris. Shantika Renee Hatcher. Zachary Joseph Hill. Jamal Lamar Hinkle. Sharice Kenya Hinton. Kenneth Wells Howard. Neriah Renee Howard. Marista A. Hudson. Letitia Lynette Hurdle. Shatavia Monet Ingram. William J. Ingram. Floyd Thomas Jackson. Nikayla Alicia Frederica Jackson. Janisha Audney James. Shantae Thomasine Jacobs. Tamara Fania Jefferson. Megan Lynn Jensen. Lindell Javon Johnson. Mark Andrew Johnson. Brielle Octavius Jones. Misha Danielle Jordan. Franklin Jones III. Tiara Chantel Jordan. Jasmine Brianna Keels.
Katria Jorday Kennebrew. Kalia Lachey Kennedy. Yasmin Diamond Kennedy Trevino. Michael James Crestman. Jessica Ann Crestman. Bradley Scott Kidder. Seth Allen Kindred. Justice Alexander King. Ronald Mickens King III. Yvonne Tawana Lathan. Asia Linnell Lawton. Asia Octavia Lawrence. Daquan Demetrius Lawrence. Nathan Maurice Lindsay. Victor Lorenzo Robert Lopez. Kiana Nicole Love. Alan James Lovick. Taquana Kalita Lucas. Anika Shirlene Nicole Lynch. Kristen Ann Mabine. Yuriza Yamaleth Machuca. Corey Justin Mayo. Tevin Antonio Mayo.
Heather Nicole McElhaney. Christina Novella McKenzie. Morgani Rochella McNair. Daniel James Meyer Jr. Tyler Ross Meyer. Yesenia Mina. Julia Portia Mitchell. Derek Logan Modine. Enrique J. Montalvo. Javon Karen Moore. Shamika Nicole Morgan. Rashawn Dalbon Morris. Iasia Obsession Morris. Jesse Morse. Francesca Ariel Moss. Meljan Mundo. Brittany Starr O'Kelly. Gabrielle Lynn Parson. Zaporia Danielle Parson. Lisa D. Parson. Ronald L. Peed. Ayana Tanae Pointer.
Rebecca Ann Price. Oscar Ramirez. Shaquan Malik Reeves. Horace Edward Reeves. Javier Retigas. Rebecca Ann Reyes. Maria Reyes Martinez. Michael Jeremiah Reynolds. Aaliyah Richardson. Kiera Tayana Ricks. Travis Rick Strumgould. Dominique Monet Rivera. Christopher Alexander Rivera. Mariah Rivera. Treasure Monique Roberts. Ari Franklin Rogers. Emmanuel Lee Rose. Andre D. Rouse. Michael Ruffin. Hadam Rashad Sam. Stephen Jabrice Scarborough. Michael Gassetto. Rachel Nicole Scarborough.
Jerry Michael Shackleton. Elisha Kiashe Simmons. Gerard Simmons. Brandy Elisa Simon. Kayla Catrice Simpson. Andrew Donnell Smith III. Brittany Nicole Smith. Markeith Smith. Quincy Michelle Smith. William Cardell Spencer. Ty Stewart. Taekwon Nafis Stewart. Samira Takima Stokes. Jacob Andrew Strange. Dylan Anthony Stratton. David Carnell Swindell. Nadira Sidnor. Shaquana Martez Tabron. Paul S. Tamaclo. Charisma Taylor. Emmanuel Terrence Lee Taylor. Myquasia Tyrell Thomas. Deshaun Mark Thomas.
Destiny Brianna Thompson. Michael Anthony Thompson. Tyrone Deshaun Tigg. Tiasia Christine Tonsel. Tao Trin. Brian Devontae Vincent. Keon Delonzo Vines. Michael Thomas Warner. Lakeisha Shante Washington. Leander John Watkins. Ryan James Weber. Ashley Elaine Weist. Cheyenne Haley Wells. Aisha Trinice White. Michelle White. Lydia Janine Whitfield. Latanya Weidman. Destiny Sheree Wilder. Timothy Stephen Wilkinson. L'Epiphany Lillian Williams. Tierra Deshauna Williams. Montgomery Wills V. Cornell Bernard Wilson III. Mary Elizabeth Wolf. Shevin Shawan Carroll. Bria Sade Nicole Williams. Tamisha Sade Wood. Ronell Marlena Woodruff. Deshaun Woods. Sherelle Latrice Wright. Cordelia Young. Daniela Young.
Dr. King, if you would join me at the podium, please. Students, if you would rise, please. That's my heart. Dr. King, as principal of Norview High School, I certify that you, members of the class of 2013, have successfully met and completed all of the state and local requirements necessary for graduation.
On behalf of Norfolk Public Schools, I proudly accept Norview High School graduates and the graduating class of 2013. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia and the School Board of the City of Norfolk, with all the rights, honors, and privileges thereto pertaining, I hereby declare this class of 2013 graduates of Norfolk Public Schools. Congratulations and best wishes to all graduates and their families.
Okay, sir, get ready to roll as soon as the music.